Okay, so I've got my images here of a laptop and a muffin. I've got my text in here for my poster. Once again, if you guys want to import other images, that's fine. Just have two here to show you how to do it. If you want to change the font to a different type of font or color, that's fine too. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of a border to this poster. Okay, so we're going to use the brush tool. So I'm going to click on the brush. And if we click on the brush, the drop down box right here for the different brushes, okay? We got all our different brushes. Click on the drop down menu beside the brushes and we're going to do the special effects brush. Okay, I'm going to choose this crazy guy here, these crazy circles. Okay, the hypno lines. Okay, once I click on that, got that brush selected as my hypno lines. We'll use the brush B tool, and I'm just going to change the color. Okay, I'm going to change the color of my border to a red. Okay, like that. Okay, so once I do that, let's see the brush size. Let's make the brush size a little bit bigger. Let's make it, see it about 50 if that works. Yes, I want that simplified. Okay, and you can see here. Okay, actually, I'm going to make that brush bigger. Undo the brush tool. That undoes what I last did. Let's make it to about, let's see around about 100, what that looks like. That's great. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to set mine to about 100. I'm just going to draw these crazy little hypno lines around it. Create a nice little border for myself. Okay, don't feel like you have to make it straight. However you want to make it look, a little creative. Goes up and down like that, makes it look a little bit better. If you want to go over it again, whatever you want to do. All right, I'm just going to do this part there, fill that in as well. Fill that top in there. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a star in each corner. So I'm going to select the shapes tool. Okay, down here I've got all my different shapes. I will click on a star. I'll click on a star there. Okay, and because I have red selected already from my border, it will already fill it with red. It always fills with the latest default. Okay, let's make that star a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, it's just a very basic poster. Okay, that's all we're doing. Okay, now once we're done, don't forget, I want you to save it in as two different things. We're going to save it first as a PSD folder, a Photoshop folder. So we'll go to File, Save As. Yes, I want to organize. Yep. And the first one we're going to do is save it as a .psd folder. Okay. Format, Photoshop. Yep. I want to save it in my lesson one. Sure. Okay. Great. So I've got one. Now the next one I want to save it as just a regular ping file. Okay. So yep, the same one. So instead of format Photoshop, I'm going to save it as a .png file. Okay. Smallest, slowest compression, great. Okay. Okay, before I close out of here, you can see we've got all these different layers that correspond to all of the things we added. Okay. Like the shape of the star here, shape of the star in the top right hand corner, all these different things. Like I said, next lesson we'll work about we'll we'll work on layers, and I'll tell you what they mean and what they do. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize this. This is where I've saved it. As you can see, I've got my two posters here. Okay, so if I open up the .png folder, okay, just open that up, and it just shows it like this. Just a simple, nice little poster that I could just print up from my computer if I wanted to. Now, if you look, I can't manipulate anything in there. Okay, I can. There's some simple things that I can do, but I don't have the full functionality. Okay, this is something. It's a much more condensed version of what I did. It's a smaller folder. It's going to be easy for me to email this or just print it up. Okay, And I'll close out of that. And this is my PSD folder. And you'll see if I open this up, Photoshop opens it. So I can change it and rearrange it and fix it or do whatever I want to it when it is in a .psd folder. And that is it for this lesson, guys. All right, talk to you later.